Welcome to Hood War Stories.
YouTube, like, share, subscribe, let's ride. Yeah, we back with another one. This right here is a banger. Make sure you smash that like button, comment below, subscribe is free, stop playing with me. Top 10 Hood War Stories. Now these stories are mainly stories from the West Coast, you feel me? So we finna jump right into it. Make sure y'all smash that like button, comment below, subscribe is free, stop playing with me. Let's get into it. Now coming in at top 10, right here at number 10, we got the story of Richard Cabral, from East LA gangster to Hollywood TV star.
In 2015, Richard starred in the miniseries American Crime, in which he portrayed the character Hector, which was strikingly similar to his real-life story. For his role, Richard was nominated for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Limited Series at the 2015 Primetime Emmy Awards. In 2018, he landed a major role in the hit ABC show Mayans MC, in which he played the character Johnny Coco Cruz. Richard has become an inspiration to many. With new projects on the way, he's a living testimony that you can hit rock bottom and still rise to the top.
Coming in at number 9, we got the story of Big Hazard, most feared gang in East LA. If you haven't, make sure you check this video out. It's definitely one of the good ones.
Ryan Cepeda from Hazard was convicted on 2 counts of attempted murder. He was sentenced to 25 years to life. On December 10th, 2014, officials arrested 25 known Big Hazard members as a part of Operation Resident Evil. It was a part of a major gang sweep that involved as many as 800 local and federal law enforcement agents. A total of 38 people were sought in the federal indictment that resulted from a 3-year investigation. Authorities say Big Hazard has about 350 members and is still heavily entrenched, although his activities have become more covert.
Number 8, we got actor turned killer, the story of DJ Daniels. Man, look, I had to check this one out. This one was one of them for real.
JJ Lewis died at the hospital that night. Before the murder, DJ had a few run-ins with the law. He had outstanding misdemeanor warrants for possession of marijuana and driving without a license. But these minor charges would be the least of his worries. A few hours after the murder, DJ was arrested and charged with premeditated murder, gang activity, and other crimes. At 22, he was looking at charges that could send him away for life. Joanne and Marcus were also arrested and hit with the same charges. During DJ's trial, D.L. Hughley was his biggest supporter and even acted as a witness for him. However, D.L. Hughley's past affiliation with the Bloods created a number of obstacles. Authorities were trying to demonstrate that DJ was part of the same gang. They believed that it was just a blood backing up another blood. In December 2012, following a 2-month trial, DJ was declared innocent. Although he was getting out of prison, DJ had mixed feelings because his friend Marcus was found guilty and given a 12-year sentence. Marcus was the only person who testified and confessed to stabbing JJ. So it's safe to say that his testimony played a critical role in DJ being declared not guilty. Currently, DJ Daniel leads a quiet life, and it's uncertain whether he'll get a chance to restore his acting career.
Coming in at number 7, we got the story of Poochie, the 5'5" hitman who killed Biggie Smalls. This gives a little insight of what happened to Biggie. This one right here, definitely crazy.
Poochie refused to cooperate with the police. Both men were near Lil Rod's house when it happened, and everyone on that street seemed to know that Lil Rod was behind it. Retaliation came soon after. 3 weeks later, Lil Rod's friend, a man named Vince, was subsequently kidnapped by men who were dressed as police officers. He was then tortured on video, murdered, and dumped at a cemetery in Compton. Police found him with 2 gunshot wounds to the back. Poochie and a man named David were allegedly responsible. A few months later, on September 22nd, 2000, Lil Rod and Jerome, also known as Snake, were driving on the 91 freeway when they were allegedly tracked down by Poochie and Willie's brother Eric. Several AK-47 rounds were fired at Lil Rod and Snake, and Snake ultimately died from multiple gunshot wounds. On July 24th, 2003, Poochie was racing his motorcycle down Central Avenue in Compton when allegedly Lil Rod got behind him in a car and released a hail of gunfire from an AK-47. Poochie was shot 10 times in the back and died as a result. He was 43 years old.
Coming in at number 6, we got the story of Black Sam, Nipsey's legendary brother. Now, before Nipsey was popular, Nipsey's brother, his big brother, Black Sam, was very, very popular in the Cali community. Check this one out for sure.
Appearing to be a gun and walk in the store. Just several minutes later, he was seen returning to the car bleeding. After being chased out by several individuals, Black Sam was placed in police custody and would spend just shy of 1 month in the LA County Jail before bailing himself out of a $1 million bond. Sam chartered a private jet to attend a meeting with Puma just 4 hours after bailing out.
Black! How you doing, man? Come on, you know I gotta talk some shit. $100,000 bond. Nigga, we on the motherfucking jet.
$1 million bond.
Oh, excuse me. $100,000 loss. $1 million bond. Nigga, on the motherfucking Puma jet. Nigga, what you talking about? Nigga, we in Vegas for credit.
Coming in at number 5, we got promising actor kills his aunt's boyfriend. The story of the Andre Bonds. Listen, if you really want to check something dope out, make sure you peep this one right here for sure, for sure.
At one point, over the years, the trauma and stress left permanent scars. DeAndre was released on March 29th of 2011. It took time for him to readjust to society. For the first year, he couldn't be around people. Prison life was slow. Everything was moving too fast on the outside for him. After his release, DeAndre resumed acting. In 2012, he starred in the police drama film Gangsta Squad. A few years after regaining his career, DeAndre met another incident in 2015. He was rushed to the hospital after suffering injuries on his face and body. Unknown gang members reportedly attacked DeAndre in LA and left him unconscious. DeAndre survived the attack and was able to nurse himself back to health. DeAndre had to do another year of time after he was caught with a knife while walking down the street, which he was using for protection from his enemies. After he was released, he continued rebuilding his public image and eventually landed a role as Scully in the series Snowfall. Scully is the leader of the Crenshaw Mafia Bloods in Inglewood, as the show frequently showed him in what was portrayed as the Bottoms, the infamous apartments that are CMB's Ground Zero. But the filming location for the Bottoms was actually an apartment complex on 2625 Pasadena Ave in Lincoln Heights. In the show, Scully achieved notoriety for being unhinged. He was widely feared and for good reason. Though he was still referred to as the blood whose screws were loose, the narrative began to shift. As the show progressed, Scully revealed that there were layers to him, and he ended up being one of the show's most redeemable characters. DeAndre Bonds deserves his accolades for his versatility on screen, with authentic and humanizing portrayals of black men in inner city landscapes, as well as being a great representation of Los Angeles.
Coming in at number 4, we got the story of OG Santa Claus. Now this one right here is about a blood that killed a Crip every Christmas. You gotta check this one out.
As a teenager, his gangbanging was bold and came with no fear. At 17, Santa Claus would be flamed up wherever he went. Red house shoes, red rags, and chucks with red laces. On a few occasions, his open display would backfire on him. One day, Santa Claus went head up and fought 6'5" Deuce Hoovers outside the swimming pool at Expo Park. He got packed out, but it showcased how fearless and frontline he was. It's no one Santa Claus hated more than the Harlem Crips, who were the 20s' lifelong foe and primary rival, located just south of them. His ill feelings and hatred toward the Harlems would be expressed on many occasions. Allegedly, Santa Claus deboed members of their gang so many times that he was the sole reason they began to start using guns. When gunplay came into effect, Santa Claus would pay a visit to a rival Crips home each Christmas and kill them. But this terror inflicted by Santa Claus was year-round, not just on Christmas.
Coming in at number 3, we got the story of Tara McMillan, an actress killed by Crips. You gotta check it out, man, I'm telling you.
After judging Amy, the agency dropped her as a client. But Tara returned and said she wanted to continue acting and was signed again. But when she missed an audition, she was dropped a second time. It was said that her life began to spiral out of control. After her parents divorced, she began dating an older gang member from the Centinela Park Bloods. Tara's mother did not approve of this relationship and reportedly called the police on him several times. She tried to pursue Tara to move to Glendale with her, but Tara wanted to stay in Inglewood with her boyfriend, and they ended up getting an apartment together. Tara's best friend noticed that she started to hang out with the kind of characters she played on the set. And this is the time period where Tara started gangbanging and got her put on. According to statements from Tara's best friend, Tara showed up to his home one day with her face knotted up. When her best friend asked what happened, she told him that she just got initiated into the gang the day before. Tara's hood name was Lady Kick, and allegedly she had got it tattooed on her chest.
Coming in at number 2, we got MS-13 versus 18th Street Gang. Now this one right here is crazy. It's one of the ones you're gonna need your popcorn with this one, I'm telling you.
18th Street is a predominantly Hispanic American gang located in Los Angeles, California. They originated in the 1960s in the Pico Union District near 18th and Union Avenue. 18th Street was initially established because the gang known as Clan 14 only recruited and admitted Mexican Americans in their gang. Clan 14 selective membership led to the creation of the 18th Street Gang. 18th Street's territory historically is composed of 5 main neighborhoods in Los Angeles. Within each neighborhood, there are specific names to distinguish the different groups, as well as cliques. Prospects are initiated into the gang by being beaten for 18 seconds, or partaking in some type of illegal activity designated by a current member. The 18th Street Gang remains predominantly composed of men. The women who join the gang have 3 avenues to do so: an 18-second beating, sexual intercourse with multiple members, or being a girlfriend or wife of a member could potentially lead to membership over time. 18's reach has extended out of Los Angeles to cities and suburbs throughout the U.S. 18 has a presence in numerous states within the U.S., including Florida, New York, Hawaii, Pennsylvania. It is estimated that 18 has approximately 30 to 50,000 members in the U.S. alone. Mata Salvatrucha, also known as MS-13, is a primarily Salvadorian gang, also located in Los Angeles, California. They originated in the 1980s when Salvadorian refugees escaping the Civil War settled in the Westlake, Pico Union, and Rampart districts just west of downtown Los Angeles. In these neighborhoods, which are among the poorest and most crowded in the city, the already established Mexican gangs will bully and extort the newly arrived Salvadorians. In order to protect themselves, Salvadorian teenagers who had a common interest in heavy metal music banded together into stoner groups. In time, the groups coalesced into a single gang, Mata Salvatrucha. Over time, MS-13 members got involved into drug dealing and turned violence into their specialty. Many of the MS members were teenage veterans of the Civil War and were already hardened and battle-tested.
Now this one is number 1, and it's number 1 for a reason, because it kind of confused me at first. But listen, it's coming in with 1.6 million views. That means a lot of people is interested in this video. And it's the story of Shia LaBeouf. Hey man, listen. I know it sounds crazy, but it's number 1 for a reason. Make sure you check it out ASAP.
In Los Angeles, California, Shia grew up in poverty in the Echo Park district of Los Angeles. During that time in the late 80s and early 90s, Echo Park was infested with violence, drugs, and gangs. Shia grew up in the CYS turf, also known as the West Side Crazies gang, which was composed of a mix of Latino and Filipino youth. In this barrio, ambush-style gun battles erupt from slow-passing cars, and gang affiliations define enemies and allies on the street. The West Side Crazies hung out between Echo Park and Silver Lake. Their territory ended at Glendale Boulevard. When you passed Glendale Boulevard, that was Echo Park Locos. Shia was the only child, and one of the few white families living in a predominantly Latino area. Shia recalls, "It sort of made me a target, but I never felt poor because I didn't know anything else." Shia's mother was a former ballet dancer and fabric saleswoman. His father was a Vietnam War veteran who trained as a clown, but often made his living as a drug dealer. He also struggled with a heroin addiction, especially during Shia's childhood.
Well, that right there was Hood War Stories Top 10 videos. Make sure you check it out. I hope you guys had a good time. Y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure you smash that like button, comment below, share the video, subscribe. It's free. Stop playing with me. It's your boy Tony Rax, Rax Media. Get your racks up. Let's get it.